the 15, to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown, Noah Whittington.
Overloaded the left side of the offensive line with 3 guys and then an additional one to the outside. And you knew it was coming because they had too many big guys to the left. Executed perfectly by Oregon.
Dick Hanna Dealerships presents the Postgame Scoreboard Show on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1, 1080, and the Odyssey app.
Welcome back into the Dick Hanna Dealerships post-game scoreboard show. Joe Fisher right here. Jordan Schultz right over there.
Hi there. Go Ducks.
They win 56-10. Let's read some stats. Let's read some numbers, shall we? Dante Moore, 15 of 20, 290 yards, 4 touchdowns. Essentially, seemingly all of that coming in the first half. That's what that felt like. 1 interception as well, which will be decided in the film room if that was his fault or Gary Bryant's fault. But other than that, picture-perfect day for him. Yeah. Just throwing some absolute darts, dimes, and just dealing out there. 2 of those going to Kenyon Sadiq, who finished the day with 4 catches for 80 yards. Love to see him have a great receiving day. Definitely need to be feeding him the ball much more, and so seeing him get the rock on the receiving end, that was very encouraging to see. Also, shout out to Brock Thomas. Brock on, baby. 3 of 4 for 45 yards.
Let me just say that I was here with one of our newest employees here at the Fan Sports Network, Brandon. My bad. Sorry, Brandon.
Hey, we're building out the bench.
Trying to set you up, and I just screw your name up. No, Brandon and I were talking earlier about when Brock Thomas would show up. Like, I was like, dude, Brock Thomas going to come in the third quarter. When are we going to see him? And yeah, that's pretty much when we saw him.
On the rushing side of things, how about this for a fun stat? Oregon rushing attack this season had not produced a single 100-yard rusher. There had not been a single 100-yard rusher this season for the Oregon Ducks. They had 2 today. Noah Whittington, 11 for 125 and 2 rushing touchdowns, including a 68-yarder that got things started off. And then Jordan Davison, 3 carries, 100 yards, and a touchdown, and a 67-yard long rush that did not finish in a touchdown, but been loving what I've seen out of Jordan Davison the last couple weeks. I was hoping that they were going to give De'Aaron Hill a few more carries, so that way the Ducks could have 3 100-yard rushers in this game. He finishes with 5 rushes, 62 yards, and a touchdown. But it keeps going. Dante Moore, 3 for 49, including that big 35-yard run. Riggs, 5 for 35. Jay Harris, 6 for 33. Brock Thomas got on the action.
Yeah, he had a nice
1 for 15 at the end of the game.
Like a Baker Mayfield type of run there. It was like, whoa.
Yes, but the Oregon rushing attack finishes with 400. That's right, 415 rushing yards today, which is good for the 5th most in program history for the Oregon Ducks. The most in a decade by this team. Just to give you some context there.
What's awesome? They didn't have to go for it on 4th down today either.
No.
It was just so... For me, that's an easy day as an Oregon fan.
0 for 0 on 4th down, 8 for 11 on 3rd downs as well.
Love that.
On the receiving end, as we mentioned, Kenyon Sadiq, 4 catches, 80 yards, 2 touchdowns. DeCorian Moore, 2 catches, 63 yards, and a touchdown. Jeremiah McClellan, 2 catches for 51. Gary Bryant Jr., 2 catches for 32. Noah Whittington, 2 catches, 9 yards, and a touchdown. You also had Jamari Johnson, backup tight end, 1 catch for 56 yards, rumbling, bumbling, stumbling by him. Malik Benson, 1 for 21. De'Aaron Hill, 1 for 11. Jay Harris, 1 for 6, and Cooper Perry, 2 for 6 yards, who intrigued to see what he looks like in the future. Dusty and I were talking about a few things a few weeks ago, and they're really high on him, so he's getting his reps now, but intrigued to see where Cooper Perry goes in this offense. Maybe not this year, but in the future, so keep an eye there.
Well, next man up, right? Because Kyler Casper's down, I think, for the year is what Lanning announced. So, unfortunately, there are some reps to be had, but they've got a very deep room, obviously, at wide receiver.
Total yards, 750 to 202. Almost, what's the math on that? That's 548 yards difference between the two.
I mean, 548 yards is a good offensive performance, for goodness sakes. 750, yeah. Historic performance by Dan Lanning today. We have not seen an offensive performance like this, even in their 69-3 beatdown of Oklahoma State.
30 first downs 8 for 11 from third down. Average yards per play, 12.5. Average yards per completion, 18.6. Average yards per rush, 11.5. Just, again, an absolute... And what's funny, they went 2 for 4 in the red zone.
Yeah.
They didn't get a red zone touchdown until that Noah Whittington touchdown.
I mean, they didn't have to, but yeah, exactly.
They were scoring outside of the red zone all night long up until that point.
It was big plays.
Forced 3 turnovers, also gave up 3 turnovers. They also got 3 sacks, 8 tackles for loss. They were not sacked this one, another clean sheet for the offensive line. 2 negative plays, including one that came on the first drive. And then outside of that, there was only 1 more for Rutgers. So just, again, dominant belt-to-bottom victory from Oregon as they beat Rutgers 56-10.